A man arrives at the door of a house and knocks on the door. A woman opens the door and asks him if his uncle Ricardo lives there. The woman says yes and invites him in. The man thanks her and tells her she looks very pretty, and keeps complimenting the woman. She thanks him and calls her husband. The husband says he is coming, and when he arrives he is happy to see his nephew. He asks him how his brother is. The latter tells him that he is well, but that they have quarreled and his mother has told him to go to his uncle's house. Since they are fighting, the uncle tells him that there is no problem for him to stay at his house, that the house is open to receive him, and introduces his wife to his nephew. The nephew thanks him and tells him that the problem is that he is unemployed, and his uncle tells him that it doesn't matter because he can stay there until he gets a job. The nephew is very grateful and his uncle asks his wife to take him to the guest room. Another day, the uncle's wife is working out, and she walks out the door, says she has a very nice body, and is liking what she sees. She gets embarrassed and thanks him, and says she likes taking care of herself. She says her husband is working, but he won't be long. She doesn't react and says she's going to make them lunch. Later, the nephew is trying to turn on the shower and the water doesn't come out. He keeps complaining that it's his turn to take a shower. He tries to turn on the shower and calls Larissa to help him turn it on. She arrives and tries to help. She sees that no water is really coming out. As they turn around, they start kissing. She gets excited and says there is water in the shower in her room. She can use it there. She gets excited and they leave. Another time they are lying on the bed kissing. They hear a loud noise and freak out. She says she thinks it's her uncle in the house. He runs and hides in the closet. She helps him hide. And her husband comes into the room. She asks him how he is and why he came home early. He tells her that he went to eat and there was nothing ready, so he went to the room to see if everything was okay. She asks him if he is okay and what he was doing in his room. She says she was just resting, but she's ready to go make lunch. They go down to the kitchen, and in the meantime, the nephew who is inside the closet comes out carefully. Another day, the man is waiting by the door. The woman comes over and he starts hugging her. She tries to stop him and tells him that they have to talk. He doesn't stop, and she tells him that she is serious, they really have to talk. Then the man asks her what happened. She shows him a pregnancy test and tells him she is pregnant. The man is shocked and can't believe it. She says they don't know how they will do it. He replies that he won't do anything. She says the child is his, but he replies that he has nothing to do with it. She despairs and wonders how she will explain this to her husband. The man leaves and abandons her. She is left in despair, not knowing what to do. Later, she is on the couch looking at the pregnancy test. Her husband arrives and asks her why she is there. She tells him to sit down because they need to talk. She tells him that she has taken a pregnancy test and the result was positive. The man asks how it is possible. How can she be pregnant? She replies that they have been together for 2 years, that someday it could happen. The husband asks her if she is serious, and she says yes, that she understands that it is not the best moment of the relationship, but that it could happen. The man becomes very thoughtful and says that he doesn't know how this is possible, since he can't have children. She asks what he means by not being able to be a father. He replies that this is serious, that he is stereo, and that's why this whole story doesn't make sense. She replies that he has never discussed any of this with her, and why is he only now talking about it? She gets desperate trying to explain. The husband says that he knows he should have mentioned it before, but he was waiting for the right time to say it. He says he never imagined he would have to talk about it in this situation, finding out that she cheated on him. Just then the nephew enters the room asking what all the noise is about. But the wife gets up and says that it actually has everything to do with it, because she was actually cheating on the uncle with the nephew. The uncle shudders and tells the nephew to leave his house, that he doesn't want to hear from him there anymore, that he is disappointed. The wife tries to apologize, but the uncle tells her that he will help her take care of the child financially, but that he doesn't want to hear from her anymore in his life. He tells her to leave the house, because he doesn't deserve her love. Speechless, she realizes she has done something terrible and leaves.